We've got too many rides in this shop, and we've got to make room for some more projects.
So today, we're gonna show you a couple of these that we're getting rid of and tell you all about them.
Y'all come along. This is Project OBS.
It's a 1993 GMC short wheelbase pickup.
We teamed up with Shared Sweeps and Gas Monkey Garage to do a giveaway on this truck.
The winner of this truck chose the 100K instead of taking the truck home.
Now this is the chance for this truck to be in your driveway. And if you want to follow along the full build process, we have a series on YouTube that you can go watch.
But today, we're gonna show you all the ins and outs of this truck and tell you the overview of everything we did to it. One of the first things we did, guys, is we pulled this truck in the shop and blew it completely apart. I mean, every nut and bolt, steering, control arms, leaf springs, just took it all the way down to the bare bones. Chase drug out the steam cleaner. We steam cleaned everything, got all the grease, grime, and dirt off, and got it prepped for Poppy's Patina chassis armor. We went through, replaced bushings, ball joints, steering components. Everything that moves and wears on this truck has now been replaced underneath. We did a Beltec flip kit out back, Beltec drop springs up front, and React drop spindles to keep that track width sucked in. So your ride quality is gonna be awesome on this truck, and taking it down the road gives it that altitude, that stance that we're all looking for. It turned out really good.
We decided to go with these 20-inch US Mag OBS wheels. And they're a 454 replica, just a lot bigger. If you remember back in the day, there was a 454 SS OBS, and that's what these wheels look like. And I think it looks really good.
When this truck came to us, it was just a V6 truck, automatic transmission, and that was not gonna cut it. So we went out and found us a donor truck, put a 5.3 and a 4L60 in here.
We cleaned it up, put all new gaskets. I'm talking about valve cover gaskets, oil pan gasket, intake gasket. We replaced knock sensors. We replaced a lot of stuff on this motor. The alternator, water pump, AC, it's been gone through. We just didn't go into the motor because these LSs are hard to break.
So to put this LS in this truck, we went with the Dirty Dingo motor mounts, the Dirty Dingo adjustable cross member. We have the Dirty Dingo AC mount that keeps the R34 style compressor these trucks came with. Our buddy Josh Green, he built the wiring harness for us so we could make the swap very simple and easy with all brand new wires in the LS harness itself. We used a Be Cool aluminum radiator with electric fans. We took it to Jake Barnett at Barnett Performance and had him weld tabs on it so we could mount our electric fans and we could mount the radiator to the truck. We went with the Flowmaster DIY cold air intake system on this truck, which turned out really, really nice. And got everything in here, went through the OBS harness, got rid of everything we didn't need so that this would be a great running package.
While we were in the engine bay, we decided to clean everything up. So that means we pulled the core support out, the inner fenders, cleaned them up, and put a fresh coat of paint on them. We also got the slosh tub side filler panels from Mike Losh, and I think they turned out really nice.
To finish off our install of this LS swap, we went with the Flowmaster U-Fit kit. It's a kit that comes with a bunch of bins, parts, pieces, straights, all kinds of combinations, and you make your own exhaust. So we built our own exhaust with a set of Flowmaster mufflers, and this thing sounds great. Check it out.
This truck is a survivor. You can tell it's got dents, dings, and scratches. But what we did is we had Terry Bailey come over here and do some PDR, paintless dent repair. After that, we went ahead and cleaned it up and waxed it and polished it. And I think it turned out really nice.
Out back on the truck, we wanted to clean it up a little bit also. So inside the bed, we went with Poppy's Patina tintable bed liner. We went ahead and did black on the truck, but it turned out really, really nice. We also got a rubber bed mat from Holley Performance. If you look down here, it's gonna protect the bed floor from dents and scratches, along with the bed liner on top of that. And then to finish everything out, I did a roll pan on the back of this truck. It was a weld-in roll pan, but I made it a bolt-in roll pan, so if you wanna switch to a bumper and not have the roll pan, that's an option. This thing just unbolts. You can bolt your bumper back on.
To clean up the front end, we went ahead and got all new headlights and side markers. We put all LED lights from Oxito. We even did new LED tail lights in the back. And then we went ahead and picked up a new lower valance and trimmed that to where it doesn't scrape the ground and break.
Moving on to the interior, I spent a lot of time on the wiring harness just so I could try to make sure everything on this truck works. And if you look, every gauge on the instrument cluster is working. The speedometer is accurate. The shift indicator works for your transmission. The factory radio in this truck works. The AC controls work. The factory LS computer is under the dash in the place of the OBS computer. Everything in here works, so it is gonna be just like it was meant to be in this truck.
We also had a whole bunch of stuff redone on the inside of this truck. We got a brand new seat, reupholstered by Tony. And while he was at it, he did the headliner, the visors, and we added a brand new carpet to this truck because it didn't even have that before. We got a brand new steering wheel, a Forever Sharp steering wheel on here. LG billet came through and got us a shifter knob, door handles, door strikers, antenna, LS oil cap cover, bed stake pocket covers. They hooked it up when it comes to all the LG billet parts. Ram Auto Sound installed a crazy sound system in here by Memphis. So everything in this truck is Memphis audio. That includes our 4 6.5-inch component speakers with 4 tweeters in the dash. Behind me, we've got 3 shallow mount Memphis Audio 10s with 2 amps underneath the seat. This thing is awesome. We also have a Memphis Audio DSP that is Bluetooth controlled that lets you control all of your EQ from your computer or your phone.
There it is, guys. Just a brief overview of all the things we did to this truck.
You can go check out all the videos on the build series of this truck to go in depth and figure out all about it.
Now we're gonna move on to the 210. Y'all come check it out.
This is our 1953 Chevy 210 that we call the Bastard.
And we call it the Bastard, guys, because really it just got worked on in between all of our other projects, so it didn't get near the attention that we gave the OBS and old Mac.
But we've done a lot of stuff to make this vehicle a nice driver.
We're gonna show you all the things we've done to this and see what you think about it. We picked up this car from our buddy Matt in Jacksonville, but our friend Brandon built the car originally. And as you can see, it's a 4-door, old school sedan. It was just a cool looking car. The paint that's on it was on it. The flat black that's on it was there. Everything that was done was like it is. We drove it home like it is. And then we've just spent a lot of time going over little details on this car, trying to make it nicer and more reliable.
This vehicle's got a Pontiac 455 big block in it, and when we got it, it had a 2-barrel carburetor, but we went ahead and switched that out with a Holley Sniper EFI system with the Holley intake pump in the rear. We also cleaned up the engine, painted it, cleaned it up, and put new valve cover gaskets on it, new spark plug wires, a lot of stuff to make it look nice.
Some added things we did underneath the hood, aside from cleaning up the engine, is we shaved the firewall. It had a ton of holes in it and it just looked like booty. So I came back in and I cut out all of the firewall on each side, put in some new sheet metal, slicked it all up, and we painted it gloss black. It turned out really good. We did some Raptor liner on the sides over here, and I'm pretty pleased with how all the firewall turned out. We also built a new bracket for the alternator. The ones that were on here were ugly and the alternator was just really shaky. So we built a new bracket for that and some new mounts for the radiator so that it's not touching any of the pulleys anymore. Keeps it in there nice and strong.
What we did in the interior, it's really not that much, but the stuff we did, it made a big difference. This whole car has been rewired on the inside of here. Russell has added a fuse box and some relays in the dash. Really nice now. We also built this panel on the dash that holds our Holley Sniper EFI computer and our monitor. We got our oil pressure right beside that. We also have our air gauges and switches and everything now with the digital gauge, so we can see exactly how much PSI you have in each bag. As far as the seats go, they were really nice to begin with. All we did is give them a bath and clean them up, along with the carpet in here. The carpet is in really great shape. We just cleaned it up, made it look really nice. So mated to our lockup 350 is a low car shifter that we have here in the floor. And that is really nice to have an automatic transmission in this thing.
One thing you're gonna notice about this car right out of the gate is the candy paint on the roof and on the interior. It's got candy green kind of everywhere that they could on the interior. Some of it is a little sun faded, and we did something to this car that we didn't actually finish, but a way to combat the sun fade. If you look on this back door right here, the window trim, I took it over to Killian's Collision and had them spray 3 coats of candy blue over this candy green. Such a cool color. I mean, the blue that this is would look so good on this whole car with the black. That is an option if you wanted to do this to it in the future as well. Go ahead and take the rest of the green, give it 3 coats of candy blue, and you can have a whole new car. Moving along to the back of the car, inside the trunk here, we cleaned everything up we could. The air ride components were kind of spread out across the floor. I built this little bracket right here so that I could condense all of the air ride down into a smaller package, just so that you had more trunk space and it looks a little bit nicer. But all of the valves are mounted to the tank, the compressors are underneath the tank, the relays for everything are right over here inside the old spare tire hole, which is where I also made a battery box. So the battery's back here in the back as well. Just cleans everything up. If you came in and put a trunk floor over all of this, it would be all hidden. The notch cover inside here, I went ahead and made it bolt on. We added some foam around it so it's nice and sealed up so you're not getting under car smells up inside the car. I ran all new airlines from here all the way to the front. Everything's got new DOT plastic airlines, new airbags in the back as well. Just kind of gave the air ride system an overhaul. Some of these components are a little bit older. They might need to be replaced in the future, but as of right now, everything is working. All the switches work. There's a pressure switch. Just turn it on and go.
On the exterior, I gave this thing a good polish to make it look a lot better than it did. It's not a perfect car by any means, but it's a really cool car for what it is. So let me tell you about the bad. Right here on this back door, there's a big rust hole. This back quarter panel has a big patch panel in it.
This passenger floorboard, it's got a big patch panel in it as well. The tread on the tires looks great, but they are old, so it is gonna need some new tires too. And overall, the bodywork is not perfect, but it is such a cool looking car, and when it's going down the road, you don't even notice any of that stuff.
Despite all that, this thing is a cool car and a great start for somebody to take to the next level and make it their own.
Well guys, that is an overview of our Chevy 210 and our Project OBS giveaway truck.
And I hope one of you that's watching this video falls in love with one of them or both of them. I don't care. They gotta go. We gotta make room for the next project.
If you wanna know more information about these vehicles, we have a lot of videos, a whole build series on Project OBS, and we've got several videos on our YouTube channel of the build of our Chevy 210.
Y'all go check that out. We appreciate you watching.
Don't forget guys, we're gonna put the links to this marketplace ads in our description for this video. Go check out the ads and see if you got a chance to take one of these home.
Down in the links below, go check it out.
Remember guys, do what makes you happy.
Don't forget,